A definite vag dryer and complete turnoff is a guy. This one's great. This is absolute truth. A guy obsessed with Disney. I just can't. How am I supposed to expect this guy to screw my brains out when he's got a Mickey Mouse tattoo or walks around with Mickey ears on? Also, I'm happily married to a very masculine man for 10 years, so I'm glad as hell I don't have to deal with dating adult Disney fuckboys. Thanks, jeez. Is that a term, a Disney fuckboy?
I don't think I've heard that. I hear Disney adult a lot.
Let's Google this. Let's talk about Disney adults for a minute here. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think there is something profoundly disturbing about the Disney adults, especially if you do not have children. And you're one of these people who I knew them back home in LA who are like, every year we buy the season pass and then they tell you where you can go to buy the discounted season pass. And then they go like every weekend. It's their jam. They have the, secret admission to Club 33. They'll tell you all the stupid facts and details. It is so fucking weird. So can you, let's see the definition. So these are adults. How do you qualify to become a Disney adult, Josh? Is it that you go every year? Is this a group of nerds? Okay. A term colloquially used to describe an adult who loves all things Disney and spends vast amounts of money and time on Disney-related products and experiences. And look at these two fucking nerds. These two asexual. Oh my God. I can't. And then there, of course, there's an NPR article that's like, there's more to Disney adults than you think. No, there's not. No, there's not. I figured it out. I get it. I know what is there. They need therapy. They need help. They need to adultify themselves. They're stunted. Okay, let's see what it says. I'm dying to see NPR's hot take. They always find a way to politicize and okay, let's see. For some adults who love Disney, it's like a religion. Yeah, no shit. Can you make it bigger? Because I got mom eyes. In Shanae Hill's house, there is an entire room dedicated to the Walt Disney Company. Oh, yeah. Hundreds of dollars worth of Disney merchandise. Okay, scroll down. She's got all this stuff. She lives in the Bay Area, works as a whatever. It just makes you feel magical. You can just let yourself go, immerse yourself in the experience that Disney gives you, or children, or that Disney gives specifically children. Okay, so she likes to feel like a child. I get it. Okay, here we go. So these are the two dorks here with their Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Let's see what these two nerds are up to. James, blah, 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 an attorney in Connecticut, has heard all the criticisms of Disney adults. Demetriades, whatever, 28, has been to Disney World in Florida more than 30 times. In 2021, he took 3 trips to Disney World. Each trip, he estimates, costs about $2,000. Nowadays, he visits with family or his boyfriend, but he used to go alone in college or law school if he couldn't find a companion. As an adult, it's about having that escape and having those pieces of nostalgia that you can go back to. Okay, let's see. Connection to religion. How world religions intersect with Disney and how Disney itself functions as a religion. Yeah, I could see that. People see their trips to Disney in a very reverent light. Yeah, it's a pilgrimage. I can see that. And it's also nostalgia more so than anything. Your childhood memories are tied to Disney. Great. That being said, I still think it's creepy as shit.
Yeah. And a $2,000 Disney trip is wild for like a single adult man.
And not only that, like so he's dropping like $2,000 each time. But then does that include like getting to Orlando?
It must. That must be a flight and a hotel, and he's there for days, and he's doing all the parks.
And then the food, because that's not cheap. If you want a cheeseburger at Disney, that's $20. And then you got to get your stupid ears I'm sure he has to get it every time, and he has to get the fucking date and his stupid name, stitched on there like a weirdo. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, ay, ay, ay. It's so funny. The only thing worse than Disney adults would have to be Walt Disney himself, because I've read about his obsession, Walt Disney's obsession with creating Disneyland. And he was dedicated. It started with him wanting to build a roller coaster, I think, in his own backyard, or a life-size train set in his own backyard. And his wife was like, well, that's what Walt does. He spends all his free time building trains. And then Walt extended it to like, well, what if we built a magical land? And it just ate up his life. He went into, debt trying to fund Disneyland. It was a logistical nightmare. It's really a triumph what he created. But I always think of this Walt Disney's wife who had to sit there and act like this is totally normal that a grown adult man is building a fucking children's world. But apparently Walt had a pretty depressing childhood, so it makes perfect sense that he wanted to create something special for children. I get it. Hey, you're talking to someone that actively has a Halloween village right now in her house. And, I love Disneyland too, as much as the next guy, but I don't know if I could spend all my income riding rides and standing in line, and this whole nonsense is quite interesting. It's interesting when adults go the route, like I believe it's the infantilism. They like to be children forever. I get it. Listen, I tell shit jokes for a living. I do my own version of this. But I think it's like you're not creating anything. You're just consuming. You're consuming Disney. I wonder how these nerds feel about like the new Disney cartoons, or the new rides. If they're like, I don't know if I agree with it. Toy Story 4 was not as good as Toy Story 1, the original story. I'm sure these fucking dorks are all fired up when like they change something on a ride, or heaven forbid.
Did you like that highlight? I mean, how much fun was that? Why don't you watch a bunch more? We made a bunch more for you to watch. And then why don't you subscribe to my show? Subscribe to Where My Mom's At. That way, every time I drop an episode, you just get it. You don't have to think about it. And then hit the notification bell so you can get notified of all the great stuff that I make. Watch other highlight. Treat yourself. Get your life right.